I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.
On to race number 3, it will be the start of the big one. It's the Pick 6 and starved of racing on Sunday. Well, I think Monday could be a sizable pool for the guys. We race on the poly track. It is 8 races, so 12:20 guys. This is the time you need to jot down if you want to get a Pick 6 bet on. And it is follow In the Box Seat podcast. It's a conditional progress over 1,200 meters. And there's some quality to speak about here. I think what we will do, Rael, is let's give each horse a chance because they deserve it. There's quality to speak about, as we mentioned. We'll just give quick comments on each and then maybe a wrap up at the end. So we'll begin with the field that will come up. And the horse number 1 is Pray for Rain. It's Dryer and Atandiwe Mgudla. Yeah, a horse that did well as a juvenile, placing in the Godolphin Barb, the gold medallion. He was given a heavy merit rating, and for winning the Mgeni handicap, he was actually pushed up even further in the ratings. I'll take a stance with him. He's a talented horse on his day, but I prefer him over 1,000 meters.
I think he's a lot better over the 1,000-meter trip. It's interesting that Schoenville doesn't ride him. I think maybe they're possibly trying something different with Atandiwe aboard. He's ridden him 2 times for 2 seconds, and that was when he was a 2-year-old behind Tempting Fate. So we'll see how Pray for Rain does go, but his horse I give more of a place chance than a winning chance too, although he is the best weighted horse in the race. Number 2, Silvano's Timer, drawn in gate number 2, back on the poly track. I think he should need the run.
Should need the run. Looks on the sharp side for him. He's coming off a very long layoff last seen on the 20th of December. But another horse I'll keep a close eye on. He was given a sizable penalty for running 4th in the Grade 2 Concord Cup behind the likes of Malmoos, Linebacker and Rascallion. Keep an eye on him. They could have a plan for him for the season. Number 3, African Skyline with young Kachitedi on low weight.
Low weight, yes, and he could possibly be running on at the death, but more for a place chance for me.
Of the 2 from the Tony Riverland camp, let's touch on them together. Dandolo and Prince of Taranto. Do you have a preference?
I prefer Prince of Taranto. Schoenville gets aboard. He's 1 from 1 over the distance. He enjoys the poly track. 3 tries for 2 wins and 1 fought. So prefer Prince of Taranto. Dandolo is a horse that I know has these issues, a bit temperamental. So you have to see how Dandolo does go down to the start. Cole Dickin takes 1.5 kgs off the back, but he's a horse that I think could possibly be better over a bit shorter.
I agree with you. I like Prince of Taranto, hint of Dandolo. That last start, Master of Destiny and a subsequent winner and Lady of Serena. Good win from Prince of Taranto. Here comes the sun. Now here's a horse that I was impressed with the way Keegan de Mello rode this last time out. Positive from the draw to the front. He was never sighted. They never got close to him. Filippo coming out to frank that form. I think he's a big runner in this field. He can go back to back.
I think he's going to be held in this lineup by number 8, Giacomo Puccini, and isn't particularly well weighted in this race. He doesn't form part of the best weighted column, so he's a horse that I throw in for trifectas and quartets.
Number 7, Gardenia, Lola Crawford, first run.
I think that she should need the run. She takes on the boys. It's not going to be an easy race. 4 kgs off the back, yes, but I don't think it's going to be easy for her returning from a 225-day rest. And then horse number 8, Giacomo Puccini. Justin Snaith teams up with Craig Zaki. Cracking second last time out to Aqua Bolt. He was narrowly touched off by Aqua Bolt, and that was over 1,200 meters at Hollywood Bet Scottsville in an MR95 handicap. Is the 3rd best weighted horse in the race. He has no problem with the distance at all. 5 tries for 1 win, 2 seconds and 1/3. He enjoys the poly track. 3 tries for a win, 2nd and a 3rd. Craig Zaki rode him last time out when he was narrowly touched off 2nd. And I think that from the draw, he's going to get him into the race. He's going to be in a handy position turning for home. And given that he is racing fit, I think that Giacomo Puccini is the one that they all have to beat in race number 3.
The one thing that I want to ask you about, and you briefly touched on it, last time out, I don't know if it was by design, but this horse was chased to go and race up Andy. In fact, went to the front, and then he just found one too good at the closing stages of the race. When you look at his profile and you have a look at some of his previous runs, he's been given more of a chance and he's run on nicely. I'm saying more of a chance, it doesn't come from the back of the field, but he sits in the first half of the field. From the draw, how are you expecting him to go against this field? Let him go to the front because of the way he raced last time out, or give him a chance?
I think he will be ridden positively. Give him a chance and get him into a decent position. You don't want to be too far off the pace, especially with the conditions. It could possibly suit the front runners with all the rain around. So I'm sure that they will give him a positive ride and get him into a good position turning for him. And he shouldn't be more than 2 lengths off the leaders, I feel. And Giacomo Puccini, 58 on the back. He has a wide draw, but I think that they will overcome the draw and get him into a good position.
How do you see him in the exotics? It is the start of the Pick 6. Are you going to take a chance here, or are you going to cover him?
In terms of the place accumulator, I've gone with him as a banker, but in terms of the Pick 6, I think I'll include a few.
Yeah, the Pick 6 looks to be the bet where you're going to have to take a stance here. I think Giacomo Puccini, the fact that he enjoys the surface, is in good form. He looks like the horse they're all going to have to beat. But if you're not in the camp of Giacomo Puccini, then you're going to have to look at a few in the race. You know, are you in agreement? Pray for rain, too short. Silvano's Timer, need the run. African Skyline, maybe this is too strong for him. Between the Riverland runners, Prince of Taranto looks the pick, but can you afford to discount the chances of the stable companion? Here come the rain. Are you going to take a stance and say, I'm in agreement with the handicapper here? Or do I think he can follow up? He loves the surface. And Gardenia is the big roughie in the race. Lots to think about here. But if you're a place accumulator guy and you're on a Fono Rail, well, he thinks Giacomo Puccini will be good enough to finish in the top 3.
My name's Danny Diliberto, founder of Ladles of Love. It was founded back in 2014. Communities we work with are all over the peninsula, and we're working with 138 beneficiaries now. We've grown exponentially. We've been able to do that because of all the kindness that we have experienced from individuals and corporates such as Interbet, who just want to be part of the change.